But what we've just witnessed is the problem with this show, where we create narratives that do not exist in reality. The implication, what you are implying, that the white voters that vote on NBA are racist, that they favor white people. You just said that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That is exactly.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the debate between two former NBA players about the current NBA MVP frontrunner, Nikola Jokic. Now, the debate is between Kendrick Perkins and JJ Redick. Perkins is saying that Jokic is only in the frontrunner position to win his third consecutive MVP because he's white. Now, he didn't say that directly or specifically, but he's alluding to it, talking about, well, hey, 80% of the people that vote for the NBA MVP, if you don't know, that's the media, 80% of these guys are white. There's only been 3 guys since 1990 to not score in the top 10 to win the NBA MVP, and that's Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jokic. And by the way, that stat might be wrong because I think Jokic was like number 6 in scoring in the NBA last year, and he's like 10 right now. If that's wrong, let me know in the comments below. But that's what he's saying, that this is because he's white. Now, I think that's a brain dead take because Jokic is a really good player. One of the best to ever do it. A big guy, 7 foot tall, 260, 280, big guy, can bring the ball to court, crazy assists, can shoot from the outside, the inside, can get rebounds, block shots. He does it all. The only thing he can't really do is the athletic Giannis, Euro step, dunk, early, Orlando Magic shot type. He can't do that kind of athletic play. He's not athletic at all, but he's very, 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 very skilled. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and roll some clips. If you want to see all these clips, of course, they will be in the description box. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio and go to the corresponding article on my website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the first one.
Now, here's the thing when it comes down to the MVP conversation and why I say the goalpost move. It's because it was during the time in 2006 when Steve Nash won his second MVP, when he had a roster full, didn't have the best record in the league, and Kobe Bryant was averaging 31. And if you go and look at that 2006 roster that Kobe was playing with, which they finished number 7 in the Western Conference, which I don't understand how he did that with that team he had. No disrespect to those players, but it is what it is. How was he not winning it? Leading the league in scoring that year.
Now, this is a good point because I remember back then in 05, 06 when Steve Nash won it back-to-back. I'm like, Steve Nash, really? Steve Nash was a good player, but he wasn't better than Kobe or Shaq. Now, remember, this is a time when they had separated. So by 05, Shaq was on the Miami Heat and Kobe was still on the Lakers. And he was playing alongside guys like Smush Parker. I think he might have had Devin George. Like, these guys were not good players. Okay, not at all. It kind of reminds me of when Allen Iverson brought a bag of nickels to the NBA Finals and won a game over Shaq and Kobe. You had guys like Matt Geiger and Aaron McKee, all these people. I mean, nothing against these guys, but they were not good players, really. They just, at best, would give you defensive prowess, but that's about it. Iverson, at about 5'10", 160 pounds, soaking wet, did all the scoring, all the stealing, the defense, the energy, everything. So he was most certainly the NBA MVP that year. In 2001, he won it. Okay, I think before that or after that, Shaq won it. But Steve Nash, Matador defense, Olay, just go right past me. Steve Nash shouldn't have won it. That was more political because of the rift between Shaq and Kobe, and also because they did not want Iverson to be the face of the league. Iverson should have won it. Steve Nash shouldn't have won it. Not even that year. I would say Shaq or Kobe that year. Definitely Kobe for sure. So I think he's right about that, but I'm not quite sure about the white part.
So when it comes down to moving the goalposts for certain individuals to win it, again, is it Uchiwali or is it One Mike? Like, what song are we actually dancing to right now? Why is this subject not brought up? What do those 3 guys have in common when they won the MVP for us? Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jokic, that wasn't top 10 in scoring. We moved the goalpost so much. So don't come giving me, oh, they're the number 1 seed this year in the Western Conference, so he's averaging triple-double. That's why he should be the clear-cut favorite. They wasn't the number 1 seed last year. They was actually the number 6 seed. One seed from being in the play-in tournament. So that's my whole thing is like, why we move the goalposts for certain people and then for others, we don't.
Now, it's another good point because, you know, the NBA MVP, there's certain criteria you got to meet, right? There's certain criteria. And from what I know, it's about who is the most valuable player to their team. And also, when you look at that, who's the best out of those guys? So you might have 4 guys in the league that are very, very valuable to the team. But out of those 4 guys, who's the best? Now, you could say that guy right now is Nikola Jokic. I would say that. Okay. But was that the case back in 2005 when Steve Nash won? Kobe was clearly the best player, leading the league in scoring, one of the best, if not the best, to ever play the game of basketball. And he had basically a bag of trash on his team. Nothing against these guys, but scrubs on his team. Smush Parker, I mean, who is that? He had those guys on his team and was still able to make the playoffs with that. So the criteria and the goalposts do move. Again, the whole white thing, I don't know about. I think it's more political. I don't think it's really about race necessarily.
So when I was trying to make a case 2 years ago for Chris Paul, when I was saying, hey, you know what? The Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul, same organization, same position, same results. Why is he not getting the love that Steve Nash was getting when he was in Phoenix for as the MVP candidate or winning being the MVP front runner? I'm just trying to say, Stephen A., am I missing something here?
I mean, there's more to that. I'll link to the full back and forth between him and Stephen A. in the box. Let's go over here to play more the JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins thing, because I think by this time, Perk pretty much made his point known about the voters and the goalpost moving and things of that nature. Let's just play this part so we can get them kind of going back and forth.
I want to just say something. Stephen A., I mean no offense to you, and I mean no offense to First Take, because I think this show is extremely valuable. It is an honor to be on this desk every day. It really is. But what we've just witnessed is the problem with this show, where we create narratives that do not exist in reality. The implication, what you are implying, that the white voters that vote on NBA are racist, that they favor white people. You just said that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That is exactly what you implied, Kendrick Perkins. That is exactly what you implied. Secondly, hold on.
I did not call. I stated the facts. And you're not about to sit up.
We all know what you implied the other day. We all know what you implied just now. Hold on.
I stated it's the facts. It's the facts. It's the facts.
Okay.
I want to just say something.
So that was a back and forth. I mean, there's more to that, but that's generally what it was. JJ, is coming at Perk saying, "Hey, man, you talking about the white players and the white voters, and you're alleging racism." I think that's not the take to have here. I think that really what he said about stat padding and Jokic was correct. People were kind of got things confused. Let me come back so you can see me clearly. Perkins accused Jokic of stat padding, meaning, okay, you're about to get, you're averaging like 9.5, 9.8 assists, so you deliberately take fewer field goal attempts in order to pass the ball more. You are the best player on the team, one of the best players in the league. You can shoot the ball at a pretty high percentage from the outside, inside, wherever you want. You're 7 foot tall. You can handle the ball. You're Nikola Jokic. You could do that. So why are you taking fewer field goal attempts? Why is it noticeable in the stats? But at the same time, you're giving the ball up more to increase your assists. Everybody does that in the NBA. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a thing. Okay, it's just a fact. It's not just a Jokic thing. It's not just a white player thing or a European player thing. Black guys do it. I saw Giannis do that the other day. So it's the end of the game. He's 1 rebound shot, triple-double. And if you don't know what that means, you're getting double digits in points, rebounds, assists. You might be able to do that with steals, which is kind of unlikely, but points, rebound, assists normally. So let's say you're at 25 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. What he did at the very end of the game was shoot at his own basket or the opposing basket, but not in the way to where he's trying to make a shot. He just kind of tossed the ball up under the rim, it hits the rim, and he catches it as a rebound. Triple-double. Guys always do that. It's not a black or a white thing. So what he said there about stat pattern was right. What he said about the whole NBA MVP thing, I think, is out of line, especially for Jokic, because he is one of the best players in the league. You can make the case for Joel Embiid maybe, or Giannis again, but Jokic, I mean, he's really that good. The case would have been better if you made it about Steve Nash and brought in the political part and not so much the race part. I think Perk is on the right track, but on the wrong train. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Kendrick Perkins' take? Do you think he's totally wrong about the stat pattern, about the race thing, about the NBA MVP? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys should know where I'm at. I think the whole race thing is bogus because Jokic is very good. Again, the case would have been better with Steve Nash back in 05-06 to win it over Kobe. How's that happening? It's more of a political thing. I think Kobe might have had the whole Colorado thing happen right at the same time. The Shaq breakup when Shaq went to the Miami Heat, and then Iverson, he's doing whatever he's doing. They don't want to be the face of the league. Steve Nash was a very good player, had a very exciting team. This is the Amar'e Stoudemire era, the Shawn Marion era, had a very good team. So, all right, give it to him back to back. It was talked back then about Nash winning it because he's white. The same way it was talked back in the 80s of Bird winning it because he's white. These guys are very, very good players. I don't think the race thing is the component. I don't think it's a factor. I don't think so. I think it's more political for certain things, and that transcends race. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.